Okay, should pop up in a little bit here.
There we go.
Gotta go through that whole fucking spiel again. Damn it. Okay. Alrighty, so, real quick, because I already did this once because I'm an idiot. I'm in a bomber. I'm in a random ass wormhole. This is what a bomber that's scanning looks like. It doesn't really matter what you use. To find, in my corporation, the fittings for a bomber, go to Browse, go to Corporation Fittings, not Personal Fittings. There are Covert Ops, there is Stealth Bomber. You'll notice we have an MSE fit. I don't use MSE, whatever. This is basically a bomber with a probe launcher attached. That's it. That's the only fucking difference. I use Purifier. EM damage is awesome. Covert Ops, these are the no-skill versions. Feel free to increase these as you need to. These are also the scanning versions for when you're trying to make your own money. Good for you. Go ahead and do that. Yada yada. Personally, I don't suggest ever getting the Cheetah. It blows. Frigates. Here we go. Galente, Caldari, Amar, Minmatar, Probe, Magnate, Imicus, Heron. Real fucking simple. Again, these have inertial stabilizers instead of warp core stabilizers, so go fuck yourself. Need to make sure my push to talk is actually the same. I'm about to apparently start playing Skyrim, because I can't push on shit. I'm really bad. Okay, cool. Awesome. Steam was not involved, so it sent me to the first launcher instead of actually just opening the game. Yay, SKSE. Okay, so I am in a wormhole. I have scanned into this wormhole, but like an idiot, I didn't bookmark the exit, and I've never been here before, so I don't have bookmarks before this. One of the first things I did was I checked and I saw, I was like, look, hey, Minmatar Tower, D-scan, good. Here is your overview settings. You want to make sure that your overview settings are good. If you want a good overview setting thing, bam. If you are not in my corporation and you found this channel and yada yada fucking yada, sucks to be you. Here is what I have on my PvP setting. I have every ship because I should be able to shoot fucking everything. I do not have stations, I do not have stargates, I do not have a whole lot of fucking things. I don't even actually really have a travel overview set, I just have a... Oh shit, I'm like right next to a fucking... Okay, this is the kind of shit that apparently, I don't know why this wasn't on there, but I'm apparently like 200 off of a wormhole, or off of a tower, even though I didn't really mean to be. So I'm really glad I'm cloaked up. I magically accidentally found a tower. Good for me. What I'm immediately going to do is I'm going to go into Siggy, which is empty because someone was an asshole and deleted everything. And I'm going to go, holy shit, where am I next to? By the way, this is a little bit more advanced, but whatever. You're in Siggy, you're in a wormhole, you're trying to find where the fuck you are, you're trying to find a target, whatever. You just found a good camping spot because this tower is online. You could, in theory, sit here and be like, sup, someone's got to log in for fuel eventually, right? Good way to find out who the fuck lives here is you go to your planets, which I don't actually have my planet set up. So fuck me. I'm totally unprepared for this. Go to your customs office. Here you go. United and Pekka Investment. I'm going to guess this is probably someone who is not got English as a first language because that doesn't sound very normal. Maybe not. Who knows? Anyways, you know it's Pekka, so what you do is you go to this, and then you go over to Zkillboard and you're like, J150818, when the fuck are these people online? You can search by the number. I don't ever do this in the in-game browser, but whatever. Oh, fucking really? You'll know you typed it incorrectly because you probably don't have a system pop up. So, okay. So things have died in here 2 days ago, 10 days ago, so on and so forth. This is not a super active system. And when things die, it looks like it's from a tower or just random shit. Because this is an NPC, this is an NPC, this is not somebody who lives here. This is basically the residents are never home. Oh, way back in December the residents were home. So this is not a good camping system. It's somebody's, this is a C1, I know this because I cheated and looked at Siggy before I deleted it. This is not something that people live in often and use it for fighting and stuff. So this is something where if you see someone ratting by chance, cool, but you're not going to find them on Z-Killboard. Which is both good and bad. It's good because you know that whoever's going to be here doesn't know how to fucking fight. And it's bad because it means it's probably not a good system for targets. But hey, you might find wormholes where it is. So I am warping myself to a customs office. And the reason for this is because I know for a fact that there's not going to be a tower on there that I'm going to get myself blapped by. I'm going to decloak because I know it's safe to do so because I hit descan before this. I'm going to drop probes. I'm going to, hopefully I would have more probes than just 8 probes, but I don't because I'm bad. And then I'm going to wait for this. And I'm going to go, okay, bam, cloak right up. I'm going to enter this. Now, yes, I know an unstable wormhole is here because I've jumped through it. This is good for if you are literally lost and you're like, holy shit, I need to get back home. So here's what you do. This is the scan window. I'm bad and I use just the arrows instead of trying to move the square by itself, but the truth of the matter is I've often had that square decide to go full 3D on me for no good reason. Because I know an unstable wormhole is right here, that's my phone by the way, it's dying. I can just zoom straight in, I don't have to do my normal bullshit with this. Of having to zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Don't worry, you'll get a tutorial on that. Now, what's really interesting is while it's scanning, all of everything disappears, so on and so forth. Bam! Alright, I know this is here. Now, I'm cloaked in a bomber. I have a couple options. If I want to jump through this as soon as I bookmark it, I can just warp straight to it. This is going to put me as far as 10k off, which is a problem. Because if I'm 10k off, and I bookmark just this, say, I save location, because I'm a fucking asshole. And I warp to my saved location. And then you all get to see me doing this. Normally I would be scanning during this, but for this sake I won't. Hey, Ashmetrics 5, fucking awesome. That means I can use a Tech 2 scanner. Get on my level, scrubs. Okay, so I was reading Twitch chat because so you'll notice I warped to the bookmark, which bookmarked this. That's 2,500 away from there. I warped from some other fucking direction. In this case, I ended up closer to the wormhole than I did to the whatever, but I am still 6k off. I cannot fucking activate. If you bookmark this window and I warp to it in my shiny Tengu, whatever the fuck, or worse, in my PvP ship that I'm coming to save you in. I fly armor ships, I go exactly negative miles per hour. Like, fuck trying to get up to any kind of meters per second bullshit, I'm slow as shit. Which means I have to slow boat 6k to this fucking wormhole. So you can go suck a dick and die. That shit, yeah, and if I die to it, oh, I'm going full Hitler on your ass about it. So, remove this shit, that sucks. Don't ever bookmark this window. Go fuck yourself if you do. Okay, you're on a wormhole. You didn't bookmark this, you warped the wormhole like a responsible being. Now the cool part is if you do this, you will probably not warp within 2500 or 2000 of the wormhole. This is important. Your cloak disappears if you are within 2000 meters of something. So you can warp directly to it as close as you want and not decloak. This is good for finding wormholes that you may want to jump through but you don't know yet. And you're hunting targets, so you don't want to decloak and let them know you're here. Yada yada yada. How to bookmark correctly. Really simple. You're not my corporation, you can ignore this. This is not the home system, so we're going to say this leads home. Dash dash. We know it's GRC. Ignore this number. This number doesn't fucking matter. I don't care about that number. I want to know what the letters are. Now, if this didn't lead to home, and I will show an example of that. Okay, so this shows up. My corporation will see it in a little bit. I know that this SIG is home. So if I come back in here and GRC is still there, then I will know that leads to the high-sec home. Some people do a thing in my corporation where they add asterisks for how many jumps away you are. As far as I'm concerned, that's silly. Just keep using the home bookmark. Eventually you'll be home. Really fucking simple. Doesn't really matter how many jumps out you are. I got a thing. So once I've done that, you can do a signature adder. Siggy's got a cool thing. Press Control A. Press Control C. Press Control V. Press Enter. Wham! I know this goes to high-sec. Just type it in. Bam! Just that simple. Notice it's still not here. I haven't jumped through a wormhole, so it really doesn't know. Oh, this is a pulsar, by the way, so my shields are improved. We will jump through eventually. That's a different lesson. Okay, let's say this doesn't go home. We're home. This leads out. Bam. That's how that's supposed to be. Notice the dash versus the asterisk. The difference is if I do a, where I can't click on the goddamn wormhole, if you do a double asterisk, notice the asterisk is on top, the dashes are on the bottom. Notice that nothing is in between. The dashes make it so that if you have something in a system that you're copying, the wormholes get the fuck out of system are on the bottom, the wormhole to go home is always on the top, all the other shit's in between. Never do this. Go fuck yourself if you do this. Seriously, that'll piss me off. I know who you are, I can find that shit in the corporate bookmarks. Okay, we're gonna treat this like it's an outbound hole for now. To get back to scanning, and this is the part that sucks, but you gotta get used to it. And I accidentally hit the scan button, so we gotta wait 5 seconds to tell me that we're next to a wormhole that I already know we're next to. Notice, probes are still there. Even though I'm doing all this shit, they're gonna be there for an hour. That hour's gonna go by a lot quicker than you think. My suggestion is always to start from the top if you're by yourself and just start scanning. Some people do a full system scan or whatever, but it doesn't end up mattering. And if you do it by scan strength, your thing's gonna get a little wonky, and you may get another signature to like 75% and this one to like 50%, and then you go to look for that one. Wow, this is actually a fairly large system because my probes are tiny. Okay, it doesn't really matter how big it is. It's just for your first couple scans, you're trying to get that red dot, essentially. And what this means is that somewhere in this sphere is a wormhole or a signature of some kind. Depending on what kind of signature you're doing. So notice, I actually found 2 different ones, but I want FDS. I don't really care about whatever the fuck XRK is. This is going to take a lot longer for me in my bomber than it would for you in your covert ops scanner. Such is life. You don't want to scan in too quickly at first. because while that little red dot says it's somewhere within there, it can be like 2 or 3 AU off of that, depending on how bad your skills are. There's a really specific way of doing this that says if like each thing will tell you if you have 2 red dots, then it means that X amount of probes are near it. If you have 1 red dot, it means X amount, and so on and so forth. That doesn't really matter. I don't really pay attention to it. If I get too close and it disappears, I go, oh shit, I gotta zoom out. I'm not the best scanner in the world. If you really want to do some super awesome stuff, notice this red dot keeps moving. This is likely a wormhole or a faction data or relic site. Or I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, see, data site, we don't know what kind yet. Now, if I'm hunting for targets, there's a 50-50 on this. If I'm just going wormhole, 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 let's try and find people in anomalies, I don't care, I could ignore this right now. But because my corporation has an issue with bookmarking shit correctly, and that's annoying, and it looks ugly as shit, and I have to go full Hitler, and I don't want to do that because I'm lazy, I'm going to actually scan this whole fucking thing out, and we'll ignore this from now on. Oh, I really hope I actually have the scan strength for this. I may not. This may be more than my bomber can handle. Okay, no, we can still go in further. That's good. I have a couple more options if I squinch it down as much as it wants to go by itself for all of them, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. Alright, so it is a sleeper data site. Okay, save location. This is how this is. This is the one time with data, relics, and gases. One time, 3 times. This is one of the 3 times that you can fucking operate this shit. It's really simple. So corporation locations, cosmic signatures. Then you're going to click on this. You'll notice it was like this at first. You're going to move over to the left. Here's what you're going to do. You know it's FDS. FDS. Done. Okay, cool. You know it's data site. Done. Perfect. That's all you gotta fucking do. You don't need brackets anywhere. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not important. Bam. That's simple. Just fucking do that. Same with relics. Use an R instead of a D. Same with gases. Use a G instead of a whatever the fuck. Okay. Alphabetically. Just this simple. I'm looking for any other wormholes besides this. I'm kind of hoping there's another wormhole. There might not be. This is a C1. It only tends to have 1 connection. But if it doesn't, that's okay. We have more lessons to give you. At this point, if you're not in my corporation and you're looking to stream snipe me, you would actually be doing me a favor, because there's a lot of evasive maneuvering and shit that I can show in a bomber that I can't show if someone isn't attacking me. My corporation, don't fucking attack me, you dicks. But you will probably have a really hard time stream sniping me as you have no idea where the high sec is for this. This is gonna take a while, sorry. My character's scan skills are not the greatest. Perfect hacking and data, shitty scan skills because I would rather pay for a fancy faction frigate and sister core launchers and fucking implants and shit, which we'll go over, by the way. Actually, might as well go over now. Not a whole lot you can do while scanning. It kind of sucks. Getting your scanning skills up, probably one of the easiest time-saving things you'll ever do. Getting perfect scan skills takes about 3 months. Sorry. No idea why, but it does. So implants and boosters. I don't remember what they're called, and I don't give a shit. So scanning implants. Got slot 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, sweet, this is a wormhole. Awesome, okay. So this is going to be a wormhole from another wormhole. So this is going to be a K162 for sure, because this is a C1. It only has one connection. So this has one option for your 6. Has a maximum of 10% to your maximum scan deviation, which means that when you scan something and you find that little red dot, it's got to be within 10% less of whatever. This is scan probing time, so the time it takes for this all to be a thing. So when you hit scan, you can actually shorten that time it takes to get a response back. Scan strength, always. If you have to pick anything in the fucking world, always go for scan strength. Scan strength is great. Your slot 8 is the best thing in the fucking world. Slot 9 is your, you got a salvaging one? Fuck that, don't ever do that. This is a pick which one. As far as I'm concerned, datas actually tend to be harder than relics, even though they give less money. I'm an equal opportunity, shit's free. I'll do relics first, but I will do all my datas as well. Because I also get a lot of faction shit. Now, I just warped this on the screen, and I don't know if I'm, like, gonna get decloaked by something, but I can just look at my overview, and I can look at my cloak, and I know that I'm not getting decloaked by anything. Bam. This one. This one's nice. This one's really nice. That's really about it. So, 8, 9, 10, well, I guess 6, 7, and 8 are your actual scanning. 9 and 10 have to do with hacking and whatever the fuck. It's still hacking, actually. Okay. There we go. We know this is INZ. Same fucking thing. Oh, this is not actually a K162. So we'll know where this goes. You know how we know where this goes? Bam. Oh, helps if I tell it's a wormhole. Here we go. Okay, so we know this goes to a C6, or C5. This is a wandering wormhole. This is not the static. The only wormholes that get 2 statics are C2s and C4s. C2 always has one static that leads to known space. C4 always has a static that leads to, and it always has one that leads to wormhole space. So it's kind of a bridge to higher levels. So we know this goes to a C5, however, we're going to ignore this for now. So we also know this is a data. We know it's an unsecured perimeter information center. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't realize they had added the factions. That's really cool. Okay, so if this is, we're going to say I scanned this and I found out it was a data, and I'm looking for wormholes and I don't give a shit. That's all you have to do. Just do data. Doesn't fucking matter. This is probably not a data though, so we're going to edit that. You also, when you're specifically hunting and looking for targets and trying to find a fleet, and you're just trying to scan as fast as you can, what you may do is you may go, I found a wormhole, I'm jumping in. I'm not going to bother scanning anything else. I feel like that's probably not your brightest plan. If you have more doors to go kick in, you have more options. My suggestion is if you find out a system is clear and you don't have anything else. So here's another thing. We zoomed in, we scanned it, it found nothing. That means we are way too close. It means we gotta zoom in pretty far out. With better skills, this gets better. Anyway, so to get back to it, you're trying to do finding a wormhole. You're gonna, oh, so it wasn't, it was totally a gaslight. Fuck you, Steves. Anyways, yes, my corp mate brings up a really good point. It's way easier to copy and paste everything once it's scanned out. And I'll show that as soon as I've got this done. So the initial red dot was like right here. The actual where it's probably going to be, because the yellow triangle thing is pretty indicative of that's probably where it is. You still don't want to like zoom in as far as you can. You don't want to be like right here, because it could be like right here. Yay, scan deviation. that's exactly what that skill is about. I'm gonna get some coffee. So going. Again, you don't have to scan these, but if you're looking to kill something, if you are running the C3, if this is scanning down the home system, you have to fucking scan it all the way down, and you have to bookmark it, or else. I have no way of finding out whether or not you got lazy and didn't do it. There's no metric that said, well, X and X started to scan it but didn't. I have no idea if you did scan it and forgot to bookmark it, yada fucking yada. So, I'm going to just zoom in really quick. Notice I didn't bookmark the gas site yet. I will, but I'm not going to right now. When you know you're alone, it literally is just stupidly faster to just scan, then book everything after the fact. You get into a much faster rhythm. Cool, data site. I might have zoomed in too far there. That might be something where it's like, I'm not actually right there. Oh, see, this is a faction. So, for those of you who don't know, a little bit after Odyssey, I forget which exact one they've done, this nullsec and I believe lowsec datas and relics got added to wormhole space between C1s and C3s. These are often a good amount of money. I love hacking. Like, it's one of the things, the PvE things I actually really enjoy doing. So that's a data site, woohoo. Now here's an interesting thing. Say I did scan everything, right? And I haven't bookmarked it yet, and I'm not really sure where I am. Say there's 5 wormholes or something. I can say warp to, or align to. The one that doesn't let me warp to is the one I'm at. So that's important. Now notice I almost hit enter here, and this is a really common mistake. For whatever reason, Eve doesn't read your mind, and it assumes that you always want to put your newest things back in the last folder you put it in. You gotta make sure you fix that. Otherwise, you end up with shit in the wrong place, nobody knows where they're going, just fucking chaos. Now, another interesting thing that I didn't do, that I should have done, is I didn't mention the fact that the high sec was EOL. So this C5, it's fine. It's fine. Up to medium. That's normal. Now, up to medium is interesting. What this means is that battleships cannot enter this wormhole because it's a C1. Sort of. The Nestor can enter in. You can get battleships in through a DST, I think. Whichever, the one with the fleet hangar. Yada yada. Okay, so these can get really long. If we know this is EOL and VOC, which it's not VOC, but it is, then, I mean, you get pretty long. With people with smaller screens, this can kind of be a problem. But you'll notice I am trying to keep this as short as possible. And the reason I give you the N110 part is this is going to be important once we start jumping through wormholes. So say that I did not add these to begin with, right? Which you should definitely at least add the signatures, even if they're empty. But if you don't, you don't, whatever. And you scan everything down. Control A, Control C, Control V, enter. Bam. Notice this doesn't tell you what kind of wormhole it is, and that's because that information's not here in the first place. We know GRC is an N110. We know INZ is a C5. Just that simple. We now know what everything is in here. If this changes, say the C5 collapses. Oops, shit. I just fucked up and ignored everything. So you just want to go in and, so say the C5 collapses, bam. I can look at this, I can look at these two and I see one. I haven't bookmarked these, so I think there's only 3 if I'm not looking at Siggy, which everybody should look at Siggy. Don't be bad. Everybody say hello to Toshiba. She is named for what she sits on. I just fucked up and put this in the wrong spot. Really simple. Edit location. Cosmic signatures. Done. So, bam. I know there are 2 wormholes in here. There are 5 sites. I like this. There's 4. Which one's missing? Oh god, the C5 is gone. Remove. I'm not going to do that right now. But, say I fucked up and ignored something I wasn't supposed to. Just clear all ignored results. Just that simple. Okay, Siggy's kind of cool. I use Siggy. You should use Siggy. If you're logged in, I don't give a shit where you are. If you're in fucking HiSec, and that's all you're going to do, you should be in Siggy. I don't care. I don't want to hear any excuses about this. I want to hear bitching. Go fuck yourselves. Alright, so I'm warping to the HiSec. I am, by the way, done probing, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to decloak. I'm going to pull this back. I'm going to reload. You can reload while warping. Do that while you can. It's the best time too. Now I'm going to do this with a longer warp, preferably, because it's 10 seconds or whatever. And notice this. I'm still vulnerable, but I'm on my wormhole. If there was an enemy, he couldn't stop me from getting out of the wormhole right now. However, if there had been a bubble, I would have ended up like around here. I would have still had about a second or 2 of that. So we're going to jump through this. Now Siggy doesn't need to be up. This is an interesting thing about Siggy. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to minimize it. I'm going to jump through. Okay, so this is the only signature in system. And we're apparently heading to Rami, which we're not anymore because I was just looking for a HiSec bookmark. Okay, so this is the only signature in system. So we know for a fact this is DJS. We are going to save location. Say this was the home wormhole. Here's how we would do this. Really simple. Once again. Just like that. Just as if you were in an enemy system. Really simple. Now, you'll notice that I put this to HiSec. I put Sig there. Some people, when they're being fucking lazy, just do... You know what? On the one hand, I don't really give a shit. If we're not trying to specifically find something, that's fine. It's not a big deal. But it doesn't fucking look nice. It looks really weird. And I put that in home for some silly reason. It's really easy to fuck up bookmarks. Really fucking easy. It's also really fucking easy to fix it. So we're gonna jump back in here before. So here we go. Bam. We're in Nurai. The C1. We know it's Pulsar. Yay, fucking Siggy. So we're gonna pretend this is home. Here's where this is interesting. This is how we're gonna do this. Why is this important? It's really simple. You're in HiSec. We're at war. I don't know why the fuck you're in HiSec when we're at war, but you are. And somebody brings a catalyst to scram your giant battleship. You can't hit it, it can't kill you, but it's bringing reinforcements. And you go, holy shit, help, I'm in fucking HiSec. I have 4 fucking HiSec wormholes. I don't fucking know which one you're in. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. However, we're in HiSec. If you say, I'm in GRC N110 HiSec, bam, I know what the fuck that is. I can look. I can find that out. It's even better if you're like, I'm in the HiSec 1 jump from home GRC N110. Even better. Give me more information. Don't say, I'm fucking dying. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You can fucking die. I hate that. Ah, full Hitler time. Okay. Now that my rant's over, GRC N110. This is how Siggy should fucking look. The only thing that shouldn't have something like this is home, or pretend home in this case. It should always look like that. But Genki, how are we supposed to know what fucking system this is? Really simple. Click on it. That bam! Fucking hard, right? You go, say you're in Jita and you want to get back to the system. You just go, bam, set, destination. Fucking easy. Alright, we're about to jump into a hostile wormhole system. This is a little bit different than your average just jumping. So, we don't know what the fuck is on the other side of this, except, oops, I just fucked that up. By the way, guys, we need to pay our shit. So I'm about to jump into a hostile system. The only thing I know about this is that it's a C5. This is a normal system, or normal wormhole, so it's not a frig hole. If this is to a bigger alliance corporation, they fucking know their wormholes, and they're going to be looking for people jumping in. They may even theoretically have an ult on there. So I am really going to want to get the fuck off this wormhole as fast as I can. I'm going to jump in. They're going to know for a fact there's an activation if they have pickets. Pickets are alts that do nothing but sit there with a cloak and watch a wormhole. There's a shit ton of signatures. I'm going to zoom out. I have 60 seconds. I have plenty of fucking time. I have all the goddamn time in the world to sit here cloaked. I know that this is K162. Cool. I don't see anybody around me. PvP. Awesome. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to scan. Oh, there's a mobile depot. This is important. Scan for PvP. Now, there are no towers on scan, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean there aren't any towers in the system. In fact, it doesn't even mean that there's nobody here. We need to look at the system size. So we're in the inner system. We're 4 AU. To get to the mid system is 5 AU. To get to the... Oh, this is a tiny system. But this signature out here is off our scan. This signature might be out of our scan. Any anomalies? So this anomaly, definitely out of our fucking scan. But all of these, we know there's nobody in here right now. So what I'm going to do, before I do anything, this is the one time you can ignore this. Save location. Because you don't know what it is, there's possible hostiles. You do not want to scare people off. Notice I've decloaked. That's a problem, except I know there's nobody near me that has a cloak. Or that doesn't have a cloak. Here's what I'm going to do. Now, I warp to this at 100 because I might land on a fucking mobile depot or something and get decloaked. I do not, under any circumstances, want to fuck with someone in a C5 with the rats there. Rats hate E-War. As soon as you find somebody, you're gonna fucking die. It's terrible. You're gonna go to scramble them, and the rats are gonna go, excuse me, and just pop. Don't ever warp to a C5 decloaked. Fucking sentry guns will insta-pop you. It's stupid. So, there's nobody here. But, D-scan. Oh, see? There was a tower here. We know this C5 has occupants. Chances are it's somewhere in here. We'll get to D-scan in a moment, but we bookmarked our shit. That's good. But we also know there's no ships on scan right now. Notice I'm warping in at 100. You can warp in at 70 because nobody ever warps in at 100. I'm not dropping cloak yet. There we go. Now I am. Now, silly me, I should have just continued to warp cloaked, but I was hoping to drop cloak and drop probes before I entered warp without getting popped by the rats. That didn't happen. Now I'm sitting here uncloaked like a douchebag. If there's someone sitting there cloaky, they now know I'm here. If there was somebody I missed with D-scan, they now know I'm here. I fucked this up. Might as well just start scanning. I'm scanning. I'm decloaking. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fucking double-click in space in some random-ass direction away from the wormhole. The chances of someone finding you if you are burning randomly away from a wormhole at 100 kilometers are pretty much nil. It's happened, but it's pretty nil. They know where your probes are, though, so they're going to burn straight towards that. First thing I'm going to do, just stop showing anomalies. Second thing I'm going to do, go to my wormhole, because I know where it is. I can just insta zoom in. Now here's an interesting thing. You don't want to go too big, but you don't have to zoom all the way in and pay super amounts of attention to it. Because you already have it, you don't need to scan it to 100%. You don't have to zoom in all the way. Bam. So I know it's Ku. So here's what I'm doing. I'm still not bookmarking from that window. Edit location. Just that fucking simple. Bam. Now I know the signature is there. I can just ignore this. Fuck this signature. I don't need it. I'm going to give you an example of a super fast scan where all I'm doing is trying to find the next wormhole because I know there's nothing in here. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go back to that planet that's on the outskirts where I know that there is at least one one tower. And the reason I'm going back there is so I can descan for it. I want to know where that tower is, because if I come back into this wormhole again, if this wormhole actually connects to us at some later point, I want the information on it. I want to know where the people live. If they're fucking with us, I want to go fuck with them. Just that simple. So notice I'm in warp, stop warp, yada yada. Okay. Now, my Plex tab changes depending on what I'm doing. If I'm in LowSec, I add beacons, so on and so forth. I actually do have it on there right now, so beacon, cool. But you'll never see a beacon in wormholes unless you're in a shattered wormhole, which is its own funny, weird little thing. I'm not going to worry about it. So beacon, in this case, I actually want moons and planets. Okay, bam. So why do I want this? So I know for a fact I am right next to a moon. Descan. Change your angle to 5%. Oh, I should also make sure I actually have... Okay, good. I do have force field. Good. Just that simple. So I change to that. Make sure you have your tracking camera on. Make sure it's centered. If you want a hotkey for that, it's C. This will do it like this. Wait for it to settle. You do have to like wait a little bit. It's a bit of a drag. It sucks. But I know it's not on that one. No, it's not on that one. I also know, by the way, it's not on Moon 14, but whatever. If you sort by distance, saves you some time. I am having a thing where all the moons are in the same fucking spot, but you know, whatever. On a 1 or 2. Not on the planet for a fact. I need to not check that, but we'll see. Nope, okay. Ah! Moon 15 and a force field. So we're going to do a full scan because that's important. We know there's only one. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to warp to within 100. Do not warp directly to Moon 0. The chances of the force field being at 0, not necessarily a thing, but I've had weirder things happen. So, awesome, we have a thing. Okay, now this is interesting. This is a small Amarr tower. Gotta actually get a little closer to it. We're gonna orbit at 50 because there's a couple of reasons for this. Actually, let's not orbit at 50. Let's keep it range for a completely different thing. You can edit these, by the way, guys. I'm going to keep it range. I'm not going to orbit because right now my overview is not showing all brackets. I have no idea if there's warp scrambling battery or not. I don't think there is because I don't see them, but there might be. Show all brackets. I don't see anything. Cool. So this has nothing on it, which is kind of odd for a C5, but maybe there's an effect I didn't notice. I should actually check that. Oh, hey. Oh, fuck you, whoever did that, you little bitch. Fucking A. Look at this weird thing, because my fucking push stop key is a different button. Okay, so I know this is C5. It has nothing. I'm not really sure where the hell, which one I was. I don't remember. I didn't do that. So I didn't edit this yet, but I should have done that as soon as I came in. So a step I forgot. No biggie. Coup to home. Genki, Genki, Genki. Where the hell did I go? Here we go. Okay, so C5. I know it was INZ. I know it was L614. Bam, that's what that means. Just that simple, I fixed it. Now, I should have also checked and seen beyond if there was a wormhole. I should have seen what static there was. This is important for hunting, because if this leads to nullsec, and I don't want to go to nullsec, then I may want to just skip this if I've got other options. If I have no options, I'm scanning this regardless. I don't have any other options. I can either just go back to HiSec or whatnot. Cool thing about Siggy, if you have Siggy up, bam, I know you're here. I know where my backup is. That's awesome. Anyways, let's get back to Siggy. Siggy, Intel, add path. Oh my god, it's like they fucking know what I want. This is the moon I'm closest to. I know this is at planet 5. 5. I know this is at moon 15. Oops. 15. Owner. Information. Conquistadors mining. I'm not going to actually type that because fuck that. Here's what I am going to do. I'm going to ticker it. CONMN. It's in an alliance. I should know that because if I fuck with them and they're like members of NoHo, I don't actually want to fuck with them. So, this is a bit of an odd tower. It's got a POS. It's got a force field, but it doesn't have anything else. That's really it. It is an Amarr small. It is online. This is what I add on here, and this is important. I say no modules at all. In the future, my corporation will start using DScan tools just to basically check shit. God damn it, my cat's on my headphones. Love her and she's adorable, but damn it, this is a dumb cat. So there you go. That's all you need to know. Now, I can, if I come back to here, know that this is what's in here, and I can search for this on Dotlan, or on Zkill, or any number of fucking things. I actually fucked this up. Because there is a dash here. Happens. Just really that simple. Okay, so let's get back to scanning. Before I do anything, Control A, Control C, Control V, scan, Control V, enter. Fucking magical. We know that Ku goes home. It did. Oh, you know what? This is important. Bam. Okay. Let's get scanning. We know for a fact there's at least one other wormhole in here. Now, you'll notice if you get a little confused, I mean, there's a lot of shit to see. You don't know what you're fucking looking for. Just click. Simples it up. Now, interesting thing, I was scanning for a thing before, and it was just one dot. Now I have 2 dots. Odd thing about CCP is they made it so that whichever dot is furthest from your scan is the dot, and it's usually pretty damn close. So you'll notice normally, like if you're thinking about it, you would scan both of them, but I'm not on this one at all. That one was the one that looked like it was furthest, so I picked that one. Oh hey, corporation wallet. I've got all the monies, my trillions of ISK. And I'm still safe, and I know there's probably nothing in here, but you know what I'm still gonna do? Still gonna fucking scan. Because that doesn't mean it isn't gonna change, and maybe they log in a beautiful Noctis that decides it wants to try and solo a C5. Now, it's interesting, I scanned closer, and it flipped out and was like, I'm not here, so I have to zoom out again. This signature's being a bitch. That kind of sucks. Sometimes this happens. It just fucking whines and cries and doesn't want to get scanned. It takes a while. Fucking get better. That's really the only option for it. This thing forever. Some people like scanning. Some people are like, yay, scanning, it's so relaxing, da-da-da-da. I understand that. I run a corporation made up of people who sometimes really maybe should have been euthanized as babies, but, you know, I love them anyways, even if they are my own little special retards. Here we go. It's a data site. You know what? I don't care. I'm just going to ignore that. Just don't care. I'm looking for a wormhole. Oh, man. Okay, so this one's definitely pretty further away, so I'm going to pick that one. Wow, we've actually been on this class for an hour. I've been talking for a straight hour. Fuck yeah. Let's see how long I can keep him here. We did go over fits. We went over what you should be using. Yes, Jack, the HiSec is EOL. That's why it says EOL. Oh, you know what? He actually reminded me of something. Bam! That tells me it's EOL. Maybe I don't want to go hunting through that. So this signature is also being a little bit of a bitch. I don't even really know what this circle means, but I do know that if I make my circle a little bit bigger, all right, a little bit smaller than it, we're gonna play the gambling game here, see if I've totally fucked everything up. Okay, that circle meant that I could spend more time scanning. Yay! Aside, don't give a shit. Oh, fuck you. I'm no longer proud of my corporation, and I have moved out of that channel. Fucker. It totally sounded like someone was actually chewing on their fucking microphone. Okay, here's a weird one. I've been scanning, but this is from the last time I scanned on these, so I don't actually know which one was further the last time I saw these. So this is one of those situations where I go, bam, I get them both bright red. I'm actually surprised I haven't run into more gas here. Also, so you know, it is the law of Bob that you will be scanning and be looking for something. Like, you're going to be like, I want wormholes, I'm looking for targets. Nothing but gas. Nothing. It's going to be gas for days. You're going to be like, holy shit, I really don't want to fight anything. Let's see. Oh, wow. So I zoom wormhole. I'm going to warp to within 100. While I do that, I'm going to continue to fuck off and keep scanning. I'm not even going to unzoom my shit. I'm just going to keep scanning. You'll notice I said ignore this, but I hit scan before that, and it's still here. It'll update once it's done scanning. Bam. Hey, wormhole. Awesome. It's K162. Oh, good. So there is a K162, so there's another wormhole that leads to this that we haven't seen yet. And there's still the static, so let's see where this goes. Ah, it's a nullsec. That's good, bad. So it's beginning to decay, yada yada, hasn't had its stability, yay! Ah, this might be the null. Now, I have a couple options here. I can keep scanning and not bookmark this right now, or I can bookmark it and then keep scanning. Either way. Depends on how fast you want to get the scanning done. This is a long fucking drawn out process. It gets way faster in a covert ops, and if you're setting up to basically spiderweb wormhole space and get a bunch of wormholes scanned and then put alts in and listen, I would suggest getting a covert ops and doing it that way rather than trying to do this in a bomber. Or you go the super expensive way, you get a T3 like a Tengu, you fill it with fucking scan range, and you have max skills and full ascension. Yada fucking yada, and go fuck yourself, you have too much money. Somebody has that, I want it so fucking hard. I'm training for perfect skills on an alt right fucking now, so I can do that. Okay, this is the H296, so this might be... Yep, this is the static. Doesn't matter if it's the static or not. Still the same deal. Oh, somebody knows we're here. That's good. Don't fucking forget to link it. Okay, so that's about it. And so this tutorial is basically, I've had a lot of people be like, oh, you can't, I use wormholes to go hunt in nullsec and lowsec because there's nothing ever going on ever in, wherever the fuck. Jack, that's probably not the locals. That's probably a stream sniper. Because there was totally somebody. And hey, Jack, if you still have a scram on because you're not fucking paying attention, it's not my fault. I had you refit to a scram for a reason. Data, don't give a shit. No, you can't go hunting now. There's still more to do. Actually, well, no. Don't fuck up my Siggy right now. If you go hunting right now and you start jumping through wormholes, you're going to be showing people where we're going to be in like an hour. So I'd rather not do that. Gas. Don't. Oh, shit. Stop it. Okay, you know what? I think we know how to scan. And since this is a lesson, I'm not going to scan everything down. So, this leads to another C5. I'm going to jump through the nullsec first, because I don't really want to fuck with people in C5s right away. So, my probes are off scan, so this place is still pretty damn empty. I'm not going to cloak up right away, because even though there could be a hick on there that has put his bubble up and I couldn't see it because it was too far away, I'm going to land on the edge of that bubble still, and I'm going to still be able to decloak, or to be able to cloak up. Okay, so, K162. Jump. Just that simple. Okay, so I'm in fucking summer. I'm in branch. I don't know NoSec. I don't really care, but I can use this to do dotland shit. Only fucking SIG and system. There's 3 people in local, and now I'm on all the intel channels. All the carriers in the fucking region are now docking up. Yada fucking yada. Just that simple. Alright. D-scan. Good stuff. Wait for it. Okay. Oh! There is shit here. Okay, so. Holy shit, there's a lot of shit here, actually. A lot of force fields, though. Shit tons of force fields. This is an active C5 system. People fucking live here. I don't know who the fuck's... Oh, member of low class. Okay, so low class are cool people. I will totally kill them if I get a chance, but I'm not going to get a chance with my shitty little bomber. I didn't realize they were in a C5, though. They're literally called low class for a reason. But I'm going to make this quick. So I know low class personally. They're really good people. If they're active, if they're not all offline right now, chances are they probably may have a picket on this wormhole. It's probably just a bomber or something, and they're probably not going to worry about me because I'm nothing to worry about. But I'm not going to fucking sit around on this wormhole waiting to die. Drop probes. Bam. The cool thing about bombers is there's not a lot you can do about them. They're fucking hard. They're hard to kill. They're hard to deal with. They just kind of suck sometimes. So it still thinks I'm on this C5, so I had to send her over. Be sure you don't fuck that up, because if you add the signatures from two different things, shit gets wonky. Here's what I'm going to do a little differently. I actually want to know where their posses are more than I want to know what's in system. I also want to see if there's any capital things going on. So with the advent of bookmarks in space and other shit, CCP has added some cool effects with the anomalies in system, so I can just do it this way, wherever the fuck they went. That one's not even on my scan, I can't check that. So basically, I've just descanned all of the ore sites and pretty much everything else I could get my eyes on. If I was smart, I would actually get the fuck off of this cosmic whatever the hell. Partially because I'm streaming, and partially because if they were really good and really paying attention, they could have just said, looked at my ship and watched at least which planet I aligned to. So if I was really, 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 really paranoid, I'd make it safe and blah, 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 fucking blah, but I'm not that paranoid and I just don't care. So I'm going to get off that planet, though. Just because it doesn't hurt anybody to do that. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. You can sort by distance, or you can sort by planet name. If you sort by planet name, then you get a little bit more organization, but I like distance just because, you know, good stuff. So I'm going to check the one moon. One moon. No force field. Okay, don't give a shit about that moon. Now, from now on, I'm going to do it by planet rather than by moon. Because if I scan the planet... Oh, see, I know for a fact that there is force fields on this planet. I'm not going to warp right away. I'm going to check and see if there's more shit. Planet. Oh, see, here's a problem. Planet 4 and planet whatever the hell are kind of within scan range of each other, so I don't know if which one they're on. Well, I'll find out. Don't worry, this will be known in time. This one's completely off scan. I'm gonna have to actually warp over to it. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. And I might be able to get a different angle on those to determine which one it is. So it does two things at once. And then fuck this planet's residents. I'm gonna warp through it, destroying, killing everyone. I could try D-scan, but honestly, it's not gonna work great. While I'm moving, it gets wonky. You can't really trust it. So I'm gonna set range to 1 AU and D-scan to 360 to try and just grab this planet's shit. So I've moved, and this is where doing the planets can be a problem, or doing distance. Oh, so I know for a fact that somewhere on here is a force field. So if I do 1 AU, I can really cut it down. I know for a fact that I'm not grabbing any nearby planets at all, which can be a problem when you do 13 AU and one of the moons is on line with a planet. You'll notice how fast this is going. Like, I'm not warping to every individual planet. I'm using D-scan because it's just fucking faster. I may have actually just missed a moon. I think it's this one, because I didn't slow down. There we go. Okay, so we know that there is, for a fact, a force field here. We know there's only one. Warp to it. Just that simple, just that fast. That's how you do it. Don't get fucking fancy with it. For the love of God, don't just drop fucking combat probes unless you know for a fact it's empty and you don't plan on hunting in here. Which is the case in this example. I know it's pretty empty, and I know that if I caught anything in here, I'd have to be fucking quick about it. So I just, in my little bomber, even with my whole fleet, I don't have enough to fuck with low class. I just don't. But, ooh, XL SMA. So I can pretty much guess that there's a capital or two in there. However, this is a really well-defended boss. I don't want to fuck with this. This is fucking nuts. Notice I'm not bookmarking these. I'm just finding out what planet they're on and what moon and whatnot and doing it that way. Sorry, low class. I'm totally telling everybody where all your shit is. It's an Amarr control tower. It's not fancy. However, so bam, now I know where it is, so on and so forth. That's really it. That's how you fucking scan. We didn't find anything in here. We know everything's probably paused up. These people don't look like they're awake right now. This is maybe one of low class's capital creation centers so that they can go fuck with the bigger wormhole guys. They're pretty good like that. Their home system is based out of a C2 though. Sup, guys? Questions? I suggest, by the way, muting your Twitch at this point.
Can you go over how to use Siggy one more time for me?
What part?
Adding in a new signature and adding in a new wormhole or location.
Okay, so going over Siggy really quick. You should, at the beginning of when you jump in, every single time, you should not show anomalies, Control A, Control C, Control V, Enter. These are all new signatures. In theory, I could scan out wormholes. Say I scan this, right? And I went, this is where I was. Wormhole, bam, so on and so forth. From Deadly Unknown, because it was from the C5. That's all there is to it. Press the edit, type in wormhole, type in K162, type in whatever nodes. Not that bad. If you know it's a data, you go, bam, data, it's this one. There you go. Same with gas. Same with relics. So on and so forth. It's really simple to do. Any other questions? Like, did that clear it up?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Everybody clear on how to bookmark shit?
You might want to send a mail to everybody with a subsidized way.
Yeah, I will be, again. Although I think I actually just have a bulletin on it somewhere. Alright, this concludes my How to Fucking Scan and Wormhole Hunt. I'm not going to stream anything else. If you want, I will be streaming in the future. I will be doing more lessons for my corporation that you're more than willing to jump in on. Or more than able to jump in on. Notice I just jumped through and I didn't give a shit about my sister corprobes. That's a cool update that you don't have to anymore. Now I am exfilling. Notice I'm just going home. Home. And I don't even have to fucking look at it. I know that this is probably empty, but I'm taking a chance here by not cloaking up. I'm not descanning my way, which I should do, but I could, but I'm not. I'm lazy. And then bam, cloaking up, just in case there is a bubble on there that I didn't see.
Just realized, would it be a good idea to go over hole mechanics for people who aren't 100% aware of them? Like polarization or how they close?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Okay, so polarization. I just jumped through there. I went, oh shit, there's an enemy fleet down here. I need to get the fuck off this. I would actually warp off, but just say I'm an idiot. I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna run. Holy shit. So what's interesting is Jack is going to come to me in a moment. Jack, you should head my direction. Be on the home wormhole from that C5. Now, I'm polarized right now. I cannot jump through this wormhole again for another 5 minutes or so. Jack! Stop being a shithead and get over here. Warp to me. Also decloak. Bam! I can't get in here for another 4 minutes. Just that simple. Happens. You're not always able to.
I was on Twitch delay. Give me a second.
Fucking take.
I'm coming there.
Fucking scrub. Anyways, so I jumped through. I jumped back. That's how you polarize yourself. That's it. If you jump through, wait like 5 minutes or whatever, then it's not a big deal.
I'm on grid.
Okay, decloak. Oh god. Now start attacking me. Don't scram me, prick. Oh god, I'm being attacked. I don't actually want to kill him, so. Ah, fires the lasers. I'm gonna warp off. I'm like, oh fuck this. Fuck this. Jack, you're gonna warp to the null, because you see me warping there, because I'm an idiot. Whee! Okay. Interesting thing there, by the way, even though he fired those missiles because they hadn't hit me yet, I'm in warp. Those missiles do no damage to me. Just a caveat. Okay, Jack, you're supposed to be landing on the wormhole somewhere.
I'm not coming.
Yeah, I'll bet. Marie, just stop distracting him, okay?
I'm not.
Well, why is he coming then?
Ha ha.
You're welcome. So, oh shit, I'm gonna continue this fight, because I think I'm gonna win. Because I'm a fucking badass. Notice he's still in warp, so I can't scram him. Oh god. There we go. I'm attacking him. Okay, wormholes are not gates. I'm in the middle of this fucking fight. I'm losing. Fuck this. I have no shield. I have nothing. Fuck that. Get out of here. Oh god, fuck that. I jumped through. I was in the middle of that fight. If I was on a gate, I would have to wait. I don't care that I'm scrambled. I don't care that I'm web, painted, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. Doesn't fucking matter. Here's the thing. He's going to activate. He's going to try and get me. I am going to align to put my cloak on. He can't target me now unless he decloaks me. Now I'm going to lie to that. I had a little bit... Oh, shit. I'm a dumbass. So normally you have a little bit of time to activate your micro warp drive or your afterburner. I don't ever suggest having a micro warp drive on a fucking burner. So he saw me aligned to that. I'm going to immediately burn down or up or anywhere except where I fucking was pointed at. Because as far as he can tell, on his screen, he can't see me. I'm fucking gone. And if I want to get real fancy, I'm going to burn back to the wormhole. Because he didn't have a bubble, so I don't care what he had. And he's going to try and decloak me, maybe he's going to warp off. He has no idea where I am. I'm as safe as fucking bricks. Of course, right now, he's totally using the stream to try and figure out where the fuck I am. Which is...
No, I'm not.
Fair enough.
Too much lag.
I just wish I had drones.
Bombers with
Assist. Assist drone still hole.
Well, you can fucking NOS a wormhole. Okay, so I am decloaked because I'm within 200. Okay, I am now polarized again. I cannot use this wormhole to jump back. I don't really remember what my fucking polarization timer is on the other wormhole. I'm freaked out. I'm trying to get away. I want to go home. Please, for the love of God, let me go home. Bam! It could have been 3 minutes. It could have been fucking 20 for all I know. Oh, didn't know that. Apparently you cannot group your weapons while you're cloaked. Fair enough. It probably has to do with unloading the ammo from these two that I didn't fire on this. Hey, looks like I'm good. Yep, okay, so my polarization timer ended. I can jump through this again. Yay! That's how polarization works. That's how fighting on a wormhole works. If you're losing and you're on a wormhole, even if you know there's an enemy fleet on the other side, one of the things you can do is jump through when you're on low health and make it so that you take your time, especially if you're a shield ship, because your shield still regens while you're cloaked up. So what you can do is be on the wormhole, fight until you go into armor, jump through the wormhole, hold cloak. Hold cloak until it forces you to decloak. And then jump back through the wormhole and do the same thing over and over again. At the very least, you're buying yourself some time. But if you're on the wormhole and you haven't jumped through, you have literally no excuse in the world to die. If you get bumped off, it's different. Alright, that concludes everything. I'm going to take a piss because I've had 2 cups of coffee while we've been doing this, and now I need to really pee. My guys, getting fucking scan. Look for some targets. I will answer more questions on our comms and not on the Twitch stream.